Alright. Hey y'all. Okay. I don't think I've done this before, but this is my normal daily attire. Believe it or not, that's true. Some people find it objectionable. I don't really care. In fact, the people that find it objectionable tend to be people that do not want to approach me. And that's kind of the point of it. I don't want people to talk to me because, you know what? Frankly, I'm not a big fan of people. Sorry. Here's my best friend right here. She's joined me. She wants some loving. Anyway, I wanted to tell you what happened to me yesterday at the Cochise County Sheriff's Office. Or, I don't know, it's their Sheriff's Office. It's the Sheriff's Complex that is immediately east of Bisbee on Highway 80. It's about a mile from my house. And so is what happened. I walked there yesterday in my normal attire, as I just showed you, except I was not wearing this duster. I was wearing instead a Levi jacket. That was the only difference. So I walked my dog up there. I was not recording. I was taking pictures of rocks and shit because that's kind of why I went up there. I wanted to see the complex. I'd never seen it before. It had been built way after I left Bisbee, Cochise County area, and but probably quite long ago. I'm not sure, but you know, that's one of the questions I have. If I wouldn't run off the damn property, I would have asked. But that kind of gets to my story. So I walked up there yesterday with my dog, and I'm being like super attentive to no trespassing, restricted area, blah blah blah, no weapons. You know, if that's what it said, I'd turn around and walk away. But I didn't see any sign. I did see a sign that said no weapons beyond this point, and that's because part of this complex is the county jail. So I think it's the county jail anyway. If I had a cop that was willing to fucking talk to me instead of order me around, then I might have found out. But anyhow, I come up to the complex and I'm walking kind of around the edges of it because I want to know where the signs are, like no trespassing. What I was really super hoping for was to find a trail that was available to the public. That's what I was looking for, because I'm a rock hounder, and that's kind of what drove me up there. There's a lot. In fact, on my way back, I'll show you. You won't believe it. Anyway, so I go up there and I'm walking around. No trespassing. Restricted area. No weapons beyond this point. No trespassing. Saw that quite a few times. And all handwritten like in a tombstone, 1886 tombstone, Arizona, calligraphy style writing on a white sign just stuck in the dirt. It's very unprofessional in my opinion. But anyway, so I get around to the complex and I start going, and I get to the kind of the right side where if I had gone in and I'd gone to the right, I would run into this area first. And I go up this road, no signs, no nothing. I get up to this sign that says motor vehicles and individuals must identify before proceeding beyond this point, or something like that. But that's kind of what it said. Didn't say restricted area, didn't say no trespassing, didn't say no weapons, didn't say authorized personnel only, none of that, nothing. And so I saw the sign, and I was carrying a weapon, and I did not want to identify myself, so I stopped because, I'm done. That's good. All right, I'm going to obey the sign. So I stop, I take a right, and I cross the road. I'm still on the paved road, and my phone rings, and it's my brother. And so I'm talking to my brother, and we talk for about 30 seconds or so, and I hear over my shoulder, Excuse me, sir, what are you doing here?" And I said, so I put my brother on hold, although he could hear what was going on. And so I turned to this sheriff's deputy, young guy, dark-skinned. I don't know what, shit. This is Southern Arizona. Everybody's dark-skinned or dying of cancer, one or the other here. So maybe 30-ish young guy. Fit. I mean, he looked like he could have been a really good cop, but that's not how he came across. He He said, you can't be here. You got, you know, blah, 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 bullshit. He started making, I said, hey, that's not what that sign says. And I'm not going beyond that point anyway. And he said, no, that applies to this whole area. So he's like arbitrarily making up where the rules apply. Hell, you know, if it was up to him, he would have put it down at the Highway 80 and nobody could even come up the fucking road to the sheriff's complex. This guy's a real moron, which I know I'm going to see him again, and I'm kind of looking forward to it, actually. It's going to be fun. But it's unfortunate that it happened because I was really, you know, I've seen a lot of those First Amendment auditors and Second Amendment auditors on YouTube, and I'm not a First Amendment auditor. I'm not a Second Amendment auditor. None of that, right? But I am not going to let some punk with a gun who thinks that makes him in charge of me act like he's in charge of me, because he's not. He has authority over me if I'm breaking the law, and other than that, he can fuck off because he's just another goddamn civilian. Well, the more I talk about this, the more angry I get, and I apologize for the cursing. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. So anyway, my plan is to go up and talk to the sheriff and let him know what happened and tell him, you know, why I'm uncomfortable with that and why that's not right. And then I'm going to exercise my constitutional rights and obey the property laws of the state of Arizona. And anybody who wants to make up new property laws is going to be fucking maybe paying my rent for the rest of my fucking life. That'd be okay with me, because he's going to lose his immunity. I don't remember what it's called, but the immunity that they get from being police officers. He's not going to get that because he's violating my constitutional rights. And so I'll remind him of that too next time I see him. Anyway, on my way back from this trip, hope it's right in front of me. I found a really cool rock. Aha. Got it. Yeah, I'm going to turn this around here. This is a nice chunk of, I believe, Bisbee Blue. And you know what? I found it in that patch of dirt right up above that mailbox, halfway across that grass divide. I'm not kidding. On my way back from this confrontation I had with this sheriff's deputy dipshit. Anyway, it's not plastic, I know that, because it's in a rock matrix. So that's cool. So I'm really looking forward to walking down to the jeweler or rock shop down here, and you know, I'm thinking maybe $60, maybe, if it's worth anything at all. But anyway, that's all. Enjoy. Keep looking down. You never know what's down there, man.